I do apologize if y'all hear the construction out there, but they be knowing what they doing, so I'm gonna keep going. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl B Octavia, and I am back with another video. Today we will be discussing a R&B legend that we know and love, Bobby Brown. He recently did an interview finally breaking his silence about his alleged kidnapping and very high ransom that had to be paid for him to be released back in 1993. Before we get into what was said in the interview by Mr. Bobby Brown, let's take you down memory lane a little bit because you'll be surprised. The world, as in me and you, we know Bobby Brown and we know his track record, but it's people born every day. And these kids that was born exactly the year 2000, they have no idea how much of a wild boy Mr. Brown was in his heyday. And a lot of this that I'm talking about, especially the details on the alleged kidnapping, I have a whole video on it that y'all can click on over to. So I won't be really like getting into that because he didn't say what he said. Bobby Brown rose to fame in a R&B vocal group called New Edition. Unfortunately, the hype, the limelight, and the love from the ladies went to his head. Now, Bobby quite easily made himself the David Ruffin of New Edition. He was let go from the group in 1985. Within that same year, he started his solo career, and it didn't take very long for Mr. Bobby Brown to go from a R&B heartthrob to R&B's bad boy. His arrests date back to 1989. Every other year, it was some shit with Mr. Bobby Brown. He's been arrested for various things. DUIs, disorderly conduct, assault. But I digress because he has changed his life. I say this in every video that I'm speaking on him. I'm very proud of Mr. Bobby Brown. So back to the point of this video. A long-time rumor that has been attached to Bobby Brown is that he was kidnapped by the Preacher Crew. Now, this has been a long-time rumor that Mr. Brown has never acknowledged, not even in his biopic. He put the part in there where he was having a seizure or a stroke, and he fell on the floor and Whitney stepped over him. I didn't like that part because I'm like, put something else in here. Like, both of y'all was drug users and things happen when you on a binge. But I was really expecting to see something, about his personal life. And especially having the rumor in the back of my mind, I was looking at it like, when is he going to show? When is he going to show it? When is he going to show it? He ain't show it. Nobody really knew if it happened or not. That's why in my video where I was talking about it, I was throwing alleged and allegedly all around because I don't never want to say something as a fact and I wasn't there. So the rumor was Mr. Bobby Brown racked up a $25,000 debt with a New Jersey dealer. The dealer then went to the Preacher Crew for help. The Preacher Crew was notorious for kidnappings, extortions, tortures, things to that degree. The Preacher Crew then went and set Bobby Brown up, got hands on him, and then told his folks his ransom would be $400,000. And knowing what height of success Bobby Brown was on, that was a number that they figured him and his peoples could pay. So the story goes that Whitney Houston got word of this kidnapping and what the ransom was, and she went up there solo dolo, dropped the money, and got her man. Now that everybody knows the rumor, now in 2025, Bobby Brown is saying that this never happened. And he also says that this rumor hurt his feelings, and I surmise that it still hurts his feelings, which Me being a person that talked about it, I would never want to make Bobby Brown upset. However, being a person in his position, a person that has changed their life, I think that if he was in a different place, like he didn't have small kids, he didn't have a new wife to help him in his road to recovery, and he didn't have any type of money, I think that he would say what the truth was for some type of benefit. But he doesn't get, Bobby Brown doesn't get anything out of tying his name to the preacher crew and making this a fact. So do I think that it did still happen? Me, little old me, yes I do. But if it's no point or purpose of him talking about it, and maybe he swore not to talk about it. Like, come on now. Maybe he swore not to talk about it, and certain people can stand on a word to not ever speak a word about it. So, little old me, yes, I do think that there is some truth in the rumor, but I'm not gonna be the type to keep fishing. And if I ever get in a room with Bobby Brown, that's not gonna be nothing that I ask him. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't want none of that. Like, I don't want to even attempt to be messy with somebody who I truly do respect. He clearly wants it to be deaded. He doesn't want it to be tied to his name. He just wants to move forward, and he probably begged God. That's something between him and God, that he probably was like, look, if I make it out of here alive, I will be forever grateful, and I won't drag this out. And you may say, well, B. Octavia, there's several people in this story that could corroborate this and that, and that's true. But I find it to be real P or G that nobody has confirmed or denied. Nobody that was allegedly involved confirmed or denied. That's some what you call that? That's some Hoffa shit. What's his name? That's some Jimmy Hoffa shit. There's Whitney. Well, she's not here anymore, but there's the entire preacher crew that could have said something all of these decades later. Nothing. There was someone who, within the same, I think it's like a documentary of sorts, but within the same documentary, after Bobby Brown was talking, another man was talking about what the preacher crew, what he witnessed from the preacher crew. And if I remember correctly, he was talking about being tortured himself, which is just, that's tea for me. I'm definitely going to be hearing him out and seeing if he's a person that corroborates that Bobby Brown was tied up and held for ransom and things like that. But it's all word of mouth, though. Any person who wants to be a part of something in history, whether that be a documentary, be on the news, and of course the news lives on forever. Sometimes people say things, and that's really where I'll leave that. It's no real way to say, okay, yeah, I believe him, so that's a fact. Like, it's no real way to do it. So, I think that when it comes to a legend like, I hate everything about this neighborhood. When it comes to a R&B legend like Bobby Brown, I'ma respect what he say, and that's what it is, cause that's what we supposed to do. I'm glad that he finally spoke about it. I can read between the lines, and in layman's terms, you want the past to be the past, and I respect that. I'm not yet I'm not yet at an age where certain things need to be buried. But I'm sure I'll have certain things that I will never want to talk about, will never address. All of us will have that. It's called boundaries, it's called space. So, you know, if he says that it didn't happen, then let's all respect it and just move forward to the next conspiracy and look for a conclusion between the lines. So thank y'all for hearing me out. I will be seeing y'all very, very soon. Hold on, what my schedule looking like? Okay, yeah. I see y'all on Wednesday. I'm gonna try to start pumping out my YouTube shorts again. Getting sick right before spring is just so annoying. But I'm starting to shake back. I'm starting to feel better. Yeah, yeah. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Show love to this video. I want to keep it going. Gotta feed this kid, this growing kid. Let me tell you. All right, before I start rambling. All right. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all soon.